New Netflix movie, Six Underground, starring Ryan Reynolds.
Is it worth your time? Six Underground, starring Ryan Reynolds, directed by Michael Bay, is a direct-to-Netflix movie, which means if you have Netflix, you can watch this $150 million blockbuster for free. Yes, it was $150 million to make that movie.
Hey,
because it's Michael Bay.
It's Michael Bay, Michael Bay. What are you going to do?
That's true.
It's if you're going into it looking for a Steven Spielberg flick, you're not. This is not
or
where you want to be.
It's not. That's not it.
This is Michael Bay, Michael Bay. But you know what? I'm not a film critic. I'm a 43-year-old gamer, and when I go into a Michael Bay film, I want cars, I want women, I want gratuitous violence,
guns and explosions.
I'm good.
Well, you get all of those and then some. I think this movie has more car wrecks and car accidents and car flips and cut in half cars than Transformers.
Absolutely.
And Transformers was all about cars. That's literally what they do, is transform into cars.
Now, before we get into it, and I don't know, are we going to spoil today? Is this a spoiler review or no?
Spoiler free. We'll do spoiler free.
Okay.
It's easy not to spoil this movie. It's not made by M. Night Shyamalan. There's not a really whole lot to spoiler, but it'll be spoiler free.
Yeah. So
it's got the typical Hollywood formula of happily ever after, I guess I should say. It's not an ending where you're like, oh my gosh, the bad guys win. I mean, in what movie does that take place?
Right. So yeah,
Hardly ever.
You get the normal ending. It's an action movie.
It is an action movie, yes.
One of my main issues with this movie one of my main issues is Ryan Reynolds.
Really?
And now I'm not saying that he's a bad actor. It's just that when I watched this movie, I kept expecting him to put on a mask. I mean, honestly.
Why?
And I don't know if it's
He's a sexy bitch. You don't want to cover up the moneymaker.
No, but I'm like, wait, that's Deadpool.
He's done more than Deadpool.
Nothing against him, but it's that... I think it's because he played Deadpool so much like himself that now when he acts, all of his comedy is that Deadpool-ish.
That's why they hired him, because that's how he was in Van Wilder.
Right.
It was the same. He's got the same style of timing.
Now that I'm used to seeing Deadpool or Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, it's hard for me to pull that back. And I'm just like, wow, that's Deadpool. Every time he spoke almost and had that little comedy thing, I'm like, wow, that's very Deadpoolish. And that's all I couldn't get it out of my head. Now, granted, that's me, but...
that's definitely you.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really a hit on the movie itself. It's just...
That's Ryan Reynolds.
I just kept... Yeah.
He did the same thing in Green Lantern. But we won't pretend that movie exists.
What? I didn't hate that movie.
You should.
I didn't.
You should.
But anyway, okay.
Big explosions.
Michael Bay.
Same formula in every movie. If you've seen one Michael Bay movie, you've seen them all.
It's true.
Keep your brain at the door and just bring the fun with you, because that's really all it's going to be. I mean, it's not going to be a cerebral film.
Oh,
it's
no.
not.
No.
Christopher Nolan. It's not going to be a Christopher Nolan movie with Inception and Interstellar and all this stuff. That's just not what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's guns, explosions, and women.
Yes. Which I'm okay with. When I'm going into it and I know that's what it's going to be, that's just fine with me.
And dudes, because it's got Ryan Reynolds in it for all you ladies out there.
True. Yeah. So, as far as the action goes, it was very, very action heavy. In fact, I would say
lots of gore.
What was the first sequence? Probably 15 minutes. It felt like, and it was just a car chase. It was a 15-minute car chase at the beginning. I didn't time it, but man, it was long, and I'm like, wow, how long are they going to make this?
I felt it was a little longer than that.
It actually pulled me out of the movie because I'm like,
is it going to end?
Still going? How long is this car chase going to be? Now they did some kind of cool stuff with I have to say, I feel like they broke the mold on some things. They didn't just make it your average car chase. There was some pretty cool things, and I have to say they did get the right people to make this movie, because the drivers were very good. Unlike in what was I thinking about? The Kingsman 2, where they had that dumbass car chase at the beginning.
Seen it.
Oh, it's awful. It is the worst freaking movie.
I
If
saw
you
the
like
first
Kingsman
one.
2, I don't like you anymore. I'm telling you. It's a horrible movie.
The Kingsman was great.
It was great.
I actually own it. I bought it in a 2-pack, and I haven't watched the second one yet.
Oh, you will be disappointed. It is awful. Awful movie. So, one of the other things that stood out to me in this film was the music. I liked it. I thought it went well with the sequences. I felt like one of the parts that stood out to me the most was in this is a plus and a minus. The sound was good in this part where the guy was he was doing the parkour and he was
the needless parkour.
That's the minus. But the music, as soon as he started going, it was that run, and it was that heavy beat as he's going. I thought that was really good. I really felt that they made the sound fit into the scenes. Now, on that scene, wow.
I think all the scenes. The parkour felt very forced.
Yes.
It's almost like they were trying to target to that demographic.
Yeah, I do agree. Well, and part of it was, one of the other things that pulled me out of it was, okay, in that scene where he's running, he was way ahead of those dudes. And he was like doing his parkour thing. I'm like, nobody's catching him. And then all of a sudden there's people right next to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that can't happen. That's not even, no. That dude is way better than them. They're like kind of climbing. He's like jumping shit. And then they're there. And it's the same guys that were right behind him.
Guys, yeah.
I'm like,
and
that just made him look like a douche because he can't parkour for shit.
And that doesn't happen. Well, I guess that does happen every time that he parkours.
Yes.
Every time.
Yes. I'm like,
and he parkours a lot in this movie. So it's hard to break down. I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, but he gets I mean, when they're always getting chased. I mean, from the beginning to end, they're being chased, and they're all being chased in the ways that they specialize in.
Yes.
Which is
and
also quite convenient.
It also turns out that they all suck at what they do because they never get away. Even though it looks like they're doing something really cool, they end up getting caught every single time, it seems like. Oh, here's this car chase. Well, we can't get away from anybody. Here's me parkouring down a building, but you know what? These guys who are just bodyguards are parkouring right behind me.
Big dudes, too.
Big dudes,
like huge dudes.
Yeah.
I don't imagine them running that fast and jumping over stuff like that.
He's jumping like 30 feet across stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
What about the dialogue? I have some issues with the dialogue, and I have a lot of issues with the one-liners that were given. A lot of those one-liners fell flat.
See, I didn't feel that. I didn't feel that at all. I actually thought, and maybe because I just wasn't expecting anything, that I didn't have any issue with any of the dialogue. I don't remember any cheesiness at all as far as dialogue goes.
There were a lot of cheesy one-liners. There were a few one-liners that were really funny, and they mostly came from Mr. Ryan Reynolds. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it seemed like you could hear the crickets chirping as they gave their punchline.
Yeah, I didn't feel that as I was watching it. What else? Oh, right at the beginning, something that pulled me out big time.
Other than the car chase?
During the car chase.
During the car chase, okay.
Ryan Reynolds sticks his head out of the car window. Then they pull back. His head is not outside the car window. And then they go forward again, and his head is outside the car window. And I'm like, how did you miss that in the editing? How?
There was a lot of that going on. And the editing, I would say, was piss poor at best. Because there are a lot of shots where they're doing something, and then it cuts away for a second, and then cuts back, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck just happened? It literally just cuts away for a second just to see what's going on with this one person for about 2 seconds, and then cuts away. And that was really off-putting to me. It was very jarring to have that go back and forth. And it does that a lot during the action sequences. Mm-hmm. I guess I could call them ass and sequences. Because some of them were pretty ass. The explosions were typical explosions.
Michael Bay, big explosions.
Cars cutting in half and flipping and blowing up for no reason. Mm-hmm. So
definitely R-rated because of the, definitely it doesn't give you the illusion that somebody got shot. It shows you.
Yeah. It's pretty graphic.
If somebody's head's missing, you see their head missing.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I thought it was a decent almost 20 action movie. I mean, honestly, it
wasn't bad.
Yeah, I can't.
It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't the worst Michael Bay movie. Transformers 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I never watched. I didn't get past 2. I don't think. Oh no, I watched 3. I think
it was pretty bad. Robot Heaven, Come on, Michael Bay. What are you thinking? So overall, you'd say that you would enjoy the film.
I did. It was nothing that I had to watch. It wasn't like I was looking forward to it or anything. But, action movie. I'll sit down and watch an action movie when I don't have anything else going on. And if it were on TV, I'd continue watching it, I guess.
It's not groundbreaking cinema by any means. He doesn't break the mold in any way. He just takes his same blow-em-up formula and applies it to this movie. Mm-hmm. So if you like Michael Bay films and you just want to turn your brain off for 2 hours and enjoy some nice action and blood and guts and guns and cars, this is the movie for you. So what would you rate it on a scale of 10? 1 to 10. 1 being bad, 10 being masterpiece.
So are we on a action movie 1 to 10, or are we on a all movie 1 to 10?
Just a general.
Ooh, I'd say a 6.
I'd say a 5.
And that's if we're talking action movies, I would give it a 8. Action movie.
I'd give it a 6.
Action movie 8. All movie,
All movies
6.
Probably a 5. And I would still watch a 5. I mean, I maybe it seems a little low as a 5, but I would still watch a movie as a 5 if I enjoyed the people that were in it. I mean, I would never watch it again.
Right.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
it's not a rewatcher
yeah.
by any means, but I would say, hey, if you've never seen it, go ahead and give it a try.
If you have Netflix, why not?
It's free. It's included in the price. The only thing it costs you is your time. And that'll wrap it up for our first ever movie review. Hope to see you in the next one.
Take it easy.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload new videos.